we've talked about Davante Adams and how he said last week he's happy to stay with the Raiders. Today's the trade deadline, 4 o'clock Eastern. It's unlikely that something will happen, but we saw his frustrations on the sideline. Let's hear a little bit from Davante Adams after last night's loss by the Raiders to the Lions.
Honestly, I don't know what to say at this moment. I truly don't. I wish I had the words to say something that's not going to get blown up in the media and taken out of context. So I'm going to just, I just don't know.
What are you feeling right now? Can you elaborate on anything going through your mind?
Frustration, but I mean, that kind of goes without saying.
I know you said that you have confidence whenever you're out there in offensive stability, but is it kind of hard to maintain that when the results are what they've been?
No, it's not hard to maintain the confidence in our offense. It's just hard to curb your frustration when you can't put it together when you know you should.
Targeted 7 times with only 1 catch last night for 11 yards. That is something. And the targets are up since he complained in the aftermath of the Patriots game. Look, you've got a guy who's one of the best receivers in football. He sees what A.J. Brown and Tyreek Hill are doing, both of whom were traded in the same cycle he was.
Yeah.
And he's left behind, not having the opportunity to prove what he can do. And I guarantee you, Chris, he believes if I was in Miami, I'd have Tyreek Hill numbers. If I was in Philadelphia, I'd have A.J. Brown numbers. If I was anywhere else, I'd have much bigger numbers than I have right now. How can he go catch the ball when it's that far over his head?
I mean,
he's wide open.
It's great. I mean, that's like walk-in touchdown. That's like, I know he got hit there, but that's like just throw it in the general vicinity. Don't try to drop it in the bucket. He's wide open. Like, what are you trying to do? Same thing with this one. Throw it right at him. What are we, like, working on dropping it in the bucket like you got perfect tight coverage? You can see he's not covered. Just throw a pop-up. Make sure you get the completion. That's where there's just natural feel that misses from Jimmy Garoppolo in my estimation there. And, of course, he's frustrated. I don't think he's quite the caliber of the guys you name, but, damn, he's not that far off. He definitely would have better stats. We saw last year. I mean, he led the NFL last year in receiving and had a quarterback that at least, looked to feed him. I don't think he probably even fed him as much as they would have liked him to, especially in some clutch moments. But I understand his frustration. There's nothing else on that offense right now other than him. And he's the only thing that can hurt you. And he only gets a few opportunities a game to get coverages like that where it's like, whoa, I'm one-on-one. They're not going, let's just stop Davante here. And they can't take advantage of him in those situations. And then, of course, on a lot of the other plays, defenses are going, hey, the only thing that can hurt us is Davante. Let's not let him do that, right? And, of course, teams are also emboldened to blitz because Jimmy can't run and he's not great, doesn't have the biggest strong arm or anything like that. So that's where there's a myriad of issues surrounding the connection of Garoppolo to Davante Adams.
They really should be selling as much as they can right now, but the clock is ticking toward 4 o'clock Eastern today. They played Monday night. How much time do you have to do a deal? Both sides have to come to an agreement. Both sides want to play hardball. Both sides want to look good in the media for the deal that they did. It's hard to get a win-win when you don't have a whole lot of time for the two sides to come to a full understanding. So we'll be watching the Raiders closely today because they're in a position where if it's a guy that's not going to be part of the long-term solution, why not consider trading him now? With the only caveat being, especially for guys with multiple years left under contract, you can wait until the offseason and have more time to ponder the right destination, get the players' input, just have it all work out more smoothly, have more teams interested and participating in the process on bidding for the contract that's remaining. And Davante Adams has, I think, 3 years left. So that's the other side of it as well. Not a whole lot of time to do something. But the bottom line is the Raiders, as you said, Chris, they're not going to the Super Bowl this year. They're not going to the Super Bowl next year. It feels like they're a long way away, especially in that division.
Right. With
the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Broncos, it feels like they're a long way away from being a contending team. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.